What's up, guys? And this is Andrew live from Marui Airsoft. We have a challenger today, and this guy is no stranger.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
Today I'm here with Sniper Buddy Fabi.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
Guys, today.
What's up, guys?
For those of you who didn't know him,
你好，我是 Christoph.
he probably is the ultimate airsoft player who's got 4.7 million subscribers on YouTube and who eventually started his own company and creating his own airsoft products. But for some reason, some people just seem to hate Novritsch products, and lots of them blame other reviewers for sugarcoating their products. Thank you, Novritsch, for sending us the brand new SSP5. And now let's run this gun through our quad grading system challenger program. Does it really fit the title of the primary pistol? Or how heavy can it lift? How far does it shoot? Is it just another Hicapa? We will cover all that. Now, let's get the test started. Right out of the box, we get to see this very pricey box with actual EVA cutouts. And it has a very simple manual, a pack of tools, and a bunch of other accessories. You have to purchase those individually. This gun has some really interesting designs, which it looked like a Hicapa, and yet I wouldn't call it a Hicapa. It's got quite some good designs packed into this pistol. Now for the hop-up test. We will adjust the hop-up dial all the way down so the rubber creates the most friction to the BBs and load the different weights of BBs from 0.2 gram to 0.48 gram. See how heavy can this SSP5 lift. Adjusting the hop-up is really simple. Just find this little screw and twist right and left, clockwise to increase the hop-up and counterclockwise to decrease it. Alright, it's connected, and we will need 11 rounds. 11 rounds set. Gun is loaded. Alright guys, fired in 3, 2, 1, go. 0.2, 0.23, 0.25. Oh snap, this pistol shoots all the way to 0.48 gram. According to the Novritsch website, they claim it only shoots up to 0.4 gram. You gotta be kidding me.
No.
Alright, in order to make sure that this gun really fires that heavy, we got, I think 15 rounds loaded into the gun with 0.48 grams. And let's see how this gun performs. Okay, fired in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, Very good.
We got a lot of tests coming to us.
Very good. And yep, SSP5 gets a super icon for the hop-up test. And before we move on to the next test, let me explain what the hell that thing is. If you still remember the wooden version we built in the GHK Glock 17 video. Here is our production version. Introducing our brand new product, the Quantum Rest 2.0. It is basically made out of CNC aluminum with premium appearance and practical design. You can place all kinds of pistols that has a Picatinny rail and even center your R&R with the laser included at the bottom. And for the shock absorption, you can adjust those individually. Last but not the least, this thing runs with a motherfucking computer. Set it the way you want it and click, then shoot. It is suitable for centering your gun, or even strength test your products. I know all these features are overkill for an influencer, but we figured this is the only way we can give a fair test. So if you have the needs for this pistol rest, contact us.
Yay!
Coming into the grouping test, we will set our target at the range of 20 meters and test the accuracy for each weight of the BBs and see how small the shot group is for our SSP5.
7, 8, 9, 10.
10 rounds inside the magazine and no more finger pull on the triggers. It's all electronic. Alright, let's get ready. Set the time to 1.5 second interval and repeat 10 times. Brandon, you ready? We found an interesting phenomenon before 0.32 gram BBs. It always had a flyer on the first shot. But the gun shoots okay after the first shot. Overall, this pistol shoots pretty accurate with almost all the heavier weight BBs. And the grouping score is made from 0.48 gram BBs, receiving 8 points. So out of our curiosity, we want to see if it is really that accurate. We use the best score BBs and pop some balloons. The idea is to line up 6 balloons in a line, and if this gun is accurate enough, it will only take 6 shots. Alright, let's do 20 rounds. Let's see how many it takes, okay? Fired in 3, 2, 1, go. It turned out the balloon's tension was too strong to bust. We even had a deflating one. Now blow more balloons and let's try it again.
Okay, this time we blow the balloon a little bigger so it's easier to pop. And again, same shit over again. Let's see how everything goes. 20 shots, fired in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah! One more!
Damn, that's good. Let me pulse it.
That is insane. It only took 5 shots and even with a double kill. Let's talk about how this pistol works. Basically, this gun runs on a Hicapa system, which theoretically takes all Hicapa mags. This means the good old Tokyo Marui, KJ, WE, and Army mags will all fit in this gun fine. The real innovation comes to the upper. The SSP5 had a fixed barrel, which includes a TDC hop-up adjustment and a DOC spec red dot mount. Since the cut is really close to the barrel, this makes aiming this gun extremely easy. Moreover, it operates on a super light slide, which allows you to do this. And I just love how they put the hop-up adjustment tool on the holster. Very sweet design. The attention to players' needs is top-notch, and despite the really sci-fi look, I really like the design philosophy behind the SSP5. Coming in at the range test, we will shoot Jimmy at each distance from 10 meters, 20 meters, 30 meters, and so on. Then we will mark the effective shots and see the maximum effective range out of this SSP5.
Fired in 3, 2, 1, go.
As you can see from the trajectory graph, 0.25 gram BBs seems to have a better predictability at 45 meters, followed by 0.28 and 0.3 gram BBs. It appears that 50 and 55 meters are the maximum ranges for those two weights. And last but not the least, 0.4 gram, 0.43 gram, and 0.48 gram heavyweight BBs could barely hit Jimmy's legs at the range of 70 meters. So probably speaking, 60 meters seemed more effective.
Wow. We're not testing a pistol. It's a rifle right there.
In conclusion, the effective range of this SSP5 is 60 meters, receiving 10 points. Okay, at this point, you must want to ask, is it Tokyo Marui compatible? The answer is no and maybe yes. The upper is basically proprietary. However, the bucking and the barrel does take Tokyo Marui spec. The rest of it only takes its own part. Now the lower. The SSP5 does take the KJ Hicapa parts. And when it comes to Marui parts, you will need some modifications on quite some parts in order for it to fit. Maybe for my case, I would just keep it the way it is. And the upper does not fit on the regular Tokyo Marui Hicapa lower. The gas efficiency test. We will fire this SSP5 in 10 degrees Celsius until it stops functioning with a single charge of gas. Then calculate the shots fired and see how many magazines this stock gun can fire in cold. Now with the empty magazines, 362.6 grams. Alright, now charge the gas until it is full. Alright, let's try it again. 371.6. Right. I think it is getting there. Let's take a look. Oh, sweet. Sweet, we're getting there. It's really close. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see how well this gun performs. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Yep, I think that's it. 50 rounds something. 51 rounds. Somewhere around there. Not bad. Better than expected. That means you can fire 1.64 max in 10 degrees Celsius, receiving 9 points. And if we do the math, 1 gram of gas can fire 5.6 shots. Before we get started, I want to share a great vendor with you all. It is豐陽Acrylic located in丰原, Taiwan. They make a whole bunch of custom acrylic parts, and if you got the design sent to them, you got it. All our clear fixtures are custom made there, and if you got some clear stuff needs, they are the way to go. The rate of fire test. Guys, show me how many rounds you can fire within a second. I like this pistol so far. If only I can complain about it, it would be the trigger being slightly heavy. However, no worries, we can always adjust the trigger spring according to your needs. When you open your lower, you will see there's a hammer spring. Remove that, and it appears the sear spring. And this goes to all 1911 and Hicapas out there. Yeah, that's despite the fact that it's not a Hicapa, but it's close enough. That's a M945. Starting from the right, the first one is the trigger spring. And the middle one would be the sear spring. And the left one would be the safety spring. Usually, I don't touch the sear spring and the safety spring. If you wish to decrease the trigger spring, just pull it backwards slightly, and this might take a few tries. If you mess up this spring, all 1911 based guns will stop functioning. For the consistency test, we will set our SSP5 into the quad chamber and set the temperature to low, medium, and high. Fire 10 shots and see how the muzzle velocity changes. Alright, Brandon, you ready? Okay, fire it in 3, 2, 1, go. I gotta say, the quad chamber, it is so long for this pistol to aim at that small piece of hole. So, as we cleaned up the debris, we found this. Ooh. So we got this pipe, and hopefully that leads all the BBs in here. Originally what we designed for. 10 shots at 10 degrees Celsius. Fired in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's take a look at the result. The average velocity was 91.7 meters per second, and the maxima minus the minima was 5.3 meters per second. And followed by the normal temperature, 10 shots average was 106.9 meters per second. And in the high temperature, the average velocity increased to 128.4 meters per second. Shooting speed consistency had an average of 4.1 meters per second difference, receiving 5 points. Total score received by the SSP5 is 8.6 points, and I have to say this is a beast of a pistol. First of all, it is built off a Hicapa, which makes it really easy to get used to, since Hicapa is everywhere. Shooting the gun is comfortable, and there is no wobble on it. The whole package is solid. If my only complaint would be the trigger is not as nice. However, you can always adjust the plate if needed. The overall feel of the gun is pretty nice. Despite the long length, I think this gun is pretty well balanced. And most importantly, as an airsoft nerd, I really like the small details they put into this gun, such as the way they keep the barrel from not moving, the TDC knob, and the holster tool placement, as well as where the red dot goes. I can clearly see the Novritsch team really had their own philosophy going on. In conclusion, I think the Novritsch SSP5 deserved the name of the primary pistol. And for haters out there, this is not a pricey rebrand. This gun, it has got good innovations in it, but it is a little pricey though. Will I recommend this pistol? Fuck yeah, it's a beast of a gun. What's up, guys? What?
Yay!
That's it for the end of the video. To be honest, we did not expect Novritsch to send us this beautiful SSP5. And we got it, and we really enjoyed it. And you guys probably saw from all our ASMR videos, the small innovation we did, the quantum lubrication pen. Those are super easy to use, super smooth, and yet really easy to take around. So definitely get your hands on one of those and try those out. We're sure You guys will like it. And the best part about being an airsofter and YouTuber is that you can receive the latest or unpublished products and make a cool, entertaining video about it. It is like a superpower, and I do really enjoy spending my whole time on this dream job. But the truth is, being an airsoft YouTuber is really hard to make a living, and also YouTube is just not friendly to our community. So if you do like our videos and want to do your bit of help to support us, just spend a cup of coffee every month on our Patreon page. This would help us greatly. In return, we will put all our B-rolls and funny clips on our page. This way you guys can see what we are like when we film our videos. In order to consistently produce more videos, we really need your help. And there will be 2 more challengers on the ways, so make sure you guys stay tuned for the EMG times ICS DDMK18, the first AEG grading system challenger. Stay tuned.